Welcome to the KansasPlanner.com web-based training for ESF 15, External Communication. This presentation includes several slides to assist you in completing the Essential Support Function 15 Annex. We will discuss the Kansas planning standards that are examined in the Annex. We will also discuss other training opportunities that provide assistance to locals to complete their EOP. To prepare the Annex, there is a three-step process. First, you have to identify the departments that are responsible for each action in the Annex. Second, we complete the Annex details. This means selecting agencies that will be responsible for coordinating actions, who will be a primary agency or a supporting agency in the activities involved in the Annex, and then customizing that Annex. And finally, we will add to the file archives. So let's talk about identifying the departments responsible for each action. On the screen, you see the Annex page of the Bold Super System. To assign actions, we click on the Annex Action button beside the Annex you are working on. You will click on ESF 15. Now you can see the list of actions to be assigned under ESF 15. Notice that each action has a star on it, indicating that I previously went in and assigned individual agencies to each action. But if I decided that I did not want one central personnel roster, but rather decided that I wanted every agency to be responsible for their own staff, I need to change that. So I click on the Edit button. Now you see the action, and if I go to the Department's Position tab, I can click on all of the departments. That takes the individual agency assignments away and makes this a universal task. I click on Save to assure that my work is in the system. Now you see that the star is gone in front of the first task. The star is only visible when the task has been assigned to a specific agency. Remember that every time you assign a task to a specific agency, it adds to the responsibility list that will print out in your report on ESF 15. So I want to move on to Annex Details. There are three parts to complete in the Annex Details section. The screen you are currently looking at is where you would mark which agency in your community that would act as a coordinating agency for the ESF, which agencies would be responsible for responding and be primary responders, and which would be supporting agencies. Next, you want to click on Customize the Annex. On the drop-down box, you will see that there are 5 categories to each annex. The purpose area has been completed for you. Please do not hesitate to read the information. In fact, please read the information and add it to it, but it is recommended that you do not delete any of the information that has been written to meet the standards. The screenshot shows you the purpose section of ESF 15. This information is also true for financial management and the reference sections. They have been completed earlier for you. You are welcome to add to them. Please make sure that they say what they're supposed to, but don't delete from them. They meet the standards. Now, under the concepts of operations, what is it we want to know? In the general section of the Annex, the Kansas Planning Standard asks that you describe how public statements on shelter capacity and availability will be updated as people and animals are coming to the shelters. Remember, this is your plan for your county, and we encourage you to make it match your response. We also ask about public announcements and media releases. We want you to identify and describe the actions to provide continuous and accessible information to the public. Think about how you will provide briefings. How often will they occur? How will that information get to everyone in your community that needs to know? And how will you deal with the press? We encourage you to think about your community and how you'll get information to those with vulnerable needs. You may want to add that you will contact the state ADA coordinator to assist and locate the resources needed for this task. Vulnerable need populations require some special answers, and we encourage you to seek help in finding those answers that will work for your community. This is your plan. Finally, the last section that needs to be addressed in the current plan is a Joint Information System, Joint Information Center. As you can see from my hint, if you go into your previous emergency operations plan, which is uploaded for you on the file archives, you can copy and cut the section that begins with 7 under section A. It's the 7 Joint Information System. And you cut it all the way down to where section B begins. Paste that section into a new Word document to make sure that the formatting is correct. Once you have the formatting verified, you can again copy the information from the new Word document and place it into Annex 15. Cut out the old information of that section A and replace it with what you are moving from your old plan. Again, if you need help, please call. So this is the screen where you will see where we start on number 7, public announcement. We're going to cut from public announcement down to section B. And here's section B. So all of that information is going to come out. And again, here are the instructions for cutting from your old emergency operations plan. You would paste the old section into the super system right where you took the previous information out. I would suggest that you highlight it in a different color or a style so it's going to be easy to see where you put it. Then if you have a problem, it's going to be easier to correct. And hit save. Save, save, save. The screen shows you what the new wording looks like. That's wording cut from the old emergency operations plan. The file archives hold all of the supporting document for your plan. For ESF 15, the attachment list is now on the screen. You'll note that it doesn't look like previous lists. We are evaluating the standards and realize that not everyone has the documents that are listed under recommended attachments. So we now have required attachments and recommended ones. This should make your planning much easier. The screen shows what you would see when you hit the upload button in the file archives. You will need to pick a category. This might be contacts, the base plan, or an ESF. Next, complete a description of the document that will help you to know exactly what it is in that attachment. Browse your computer to find the file you want to upload. And you can upload 4 documents at a time under one category. Click Upload, and your files will copy to the archives. To get your reports, go to the Reports tab and click on the Word logo next to the section of the plan you want to read. When it asks if you want to save or open, click Open. This generates a Word document that you can review to make sure your plan says what you want it to. Remember that if you want to make changes, you must make and save them in the super system and then open the report again. Changes made in the Word document will not show up in the super system. It only works one way. And finally, on your screen, you will see a list of upcoming training events. Please note that the workshops shown are 3 intensive days that go through the plan step by step, allowing you time to sit at a computer and complete each section as it is discussed. At the completion of the workshop, your plan will be on its way to completion. If you have any questions, you can reach me, Melody Saxton, at the phone number or email shown on the screen. Thank you for participating in this program. I hope it was a help, and have a nice day.